Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Pay to Drive. And back by popular demand, you guessed it, we're doing more reaction content. This time we're back with Kinsley Finance. You guys really liked Kinsley, so we're doing some more here. But for those of you guys that are just starting in the gig economy, this one is definitely going to be for you. We're going to get to see Kinsley's first day as a DoorDash driver, okay? So sit back, relax. Make sure to go subscribe to her channel right at the top of the description. Let her know Pay to Drive sent you. And if you're ready, comment, "I am ready." See, I know you didn't do it, but here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1.
My first day of DoorDash was a few years ago, but since then I have learned a lot. And had I known the things that I do today, I would have had a much easier time in the first days and months of doing DoorDash and probably made a lot more money. So here are a bunch of tips and tricks to help you on your first day of DoorDash. Now, one of the key factors in making the most amount of money you can is efficiency. So before anything else, it is very important to have everything you need for your first day. So I recommend having a designated spot in your car for the orders and the drinks, having a phone charger, a phone mount, having gas before you start doing your dash, and having your red card with you and activated in case you want to do shop and deliver orders.
Now, I just want to mention these tips and tricks here definitely are extremely helpful if you're just getting started, okay? And what I will say is that red card, man, is so freaking important. DoorDash will hold your feet to the fire if you do not have that thing. I'm telling you, man. Always have it on you, just in case you want to do the shop and deliver.
Everything with you and ready will help you be more efficient and in turn help you make more money. I also recommend, because DoorDash has no dress code, to wear your most comfortable clothes and shoes. You're going to be doing a lot of walking, driving, sitting, so it's important to be the most comfortable you can. And personally for me, the more comfortable I am, the longer hours I can work. So if you want to do DoorDash in your pajamas, go for it. Okay, now all of the basic things are out of the way, so
This is true. There is no dress code, you know? And there have been plenty of people out there doing DoorDash in their pajamas, you know, but of course you want to dress accordingly. Let me ask you, everyone watching, have you ever worn your pajamas out dashing or delivering? I myself have never done so, but my pajamas consist of basketball shorts and an undershirt. So it basically looks like I'm going to the basketball court when I wear my pajamas.
Let's get into the real tips and tricks. My first tip is to definitely schedule your first dash or few dashes, because although you can assume when it is going to be busy, sometimes there could be a surplus of dashers out, and really every zone is going to be different. So even though you can make some predictions, without knowing if it's really going to be busy, it's better to just schedule a dash. This way here is guaranteed that you can get on and that you can stay on and keep dashing for as long as you want. I will say that one of the most annoying things about these jobs, DoorDash, Uber Eats, any of these gig apps, is having to wait for orders. So if you can reduce that in any amount, like scheduling a dash ahead of time so you don't have to wait for it to turn red or busy, it definitely will help. Now my next tip is to either...
This is true, and a lot of people just hope and pray, oh, maybe I can just dash now anytime. A lot of people in different markets, they just cannot do so. So you're going to need to schedule ahead of time. Let me just ask everybody watching, firstly, what market and state do you work in? Comment that down below real quick. I am in the New York City suburbs, just out of New York City. So just curious where you guys are at. And are you able to just dash now at any time? Let me know.
Start during daylight or only work your first few shifts during the daylight hours so that you can really learn the area if you aren't already familiar with it. This way here, it's easier to see restaurants, houses. It's probably a little safer to drive as well. Now that I've been working in the same zone for a few years now, of course now I know where all the restaurants are, where most of the deliveries are, the quickest routes to get to them. When you're first starting out, it can be confusing.
Very.
And it kind of is a skill to be looking at the map and driving at the same time. So if you don't already do that often, it's just a lot easier to do it during the day. And now, of course, you may not...
Yeah, that goes without saying. Trying to find house numbers, apartment complexes, apartment numbers, not easy by any means when it's dark. Yes, you could use the flashlight on your phone. You can carry a flashlight, but it's never going to be like how it is during the day, in the morning, or just when it's light out. Just saying.
I want to do this because you may find you may make more money at night, but it's whatever makes it easier for you. Also, by starting in the morning or the afternoon, the orders will more than likely be a little slower than later in the day. It'll help you learn the app a little easier since you won't be being bombarded with a bunch of orders, and there just won't be as many people out. So starting in the morning or in the afternoon, just when it's light out, will have a lot of benefits. Now, another tip to help with efficiency, because if you're anything like me and you forget things all the time, plus it's one less thing to have to carry, is if you have an iPhone, to add your red card to your Apple Wallet. This way here, you don't have to carry it, you don't have to worry about forgetting it. So when you're at checkout, you can just pay with your phone, and it makes it so much easier and faster.
You know what? I can't believe I didn't even think of that. I can't believe I didn't even think of adding it to Apple Wallet. I always just have the physical card. But then again, I'm not a shop and deliver person, but I could see that being really nice. The only reason why I really don't like the shop and deliver is obviously if there's a ton of items, or, that could be kind of annoying. But I will say, it's really when a card gets declined is really what the issue is. But that's my thing. Have you ever had a card get declined on a shop and deliver?
Now, this is a money-saving hack when you first start dashing that really you should do at any point when dashing. But a big mistake that I made in the beginning was not having a Dasher Direct card. If you don't want your money immediately, you may not care, but having a Dasher Direct card means that you can get your money instantly after every single dash. Literally, the moment you end your dash, it goes right onto your card.
Isn't that what everyone's using now with the Crimson card? Because I have direct deposit, so I don't play around with that stuff where it goes to a debit card.
It's just like a regular debit card. It also has a savings account you can have. You get a percentage back on gas. There's bonus gas offers and a bunch of other perks to the card. But this way you don't have to pay a huge cash out fee, or you don't have to wait a whole week before you get your money. And looking back, if I had paid attention and realized that there was a Dasher Direct card, I probably would have saved so much money on those cash out fees because they are expensive. And now a good strategy to develop in your early days of DoorDash is figuring out what goals you have, how much money you want to earn, and what type of orders you're trying to take. Now, a lot of people follow a cherry picking method, and usually that means taking orders that are $2 to $3 per mile. So when you're looking at an offer, let's say it's 5 miles, a lot of people won't accept it unless it's $10 or more, making the most amount of money you can in the smallest amount of time. And for me personally, I usually don't do orders over 8 miles because I just don't want to drive that much. And for me, that works out great, but figuring out what type of orders are even available to you is going to take some time. So the more dashing you do, the more you'll learn. But overall, it's just good to have goals.
That's really what it is. Like, every time I do one of these reaction videos, I always say never anything under $1 per mile, and the higher the better, of course. So with that being said, always aim for $1 to $2 per mile.
Strategies. And if you want some of my other exact strategies, you can check out this video that's on my channel. I also have a few others that are DoorDash specific, and it could also help you make more money. But overall, I think it's good to have a strategy when doing DoorDash, because without one, you probably won't make as much money. Now, this one's really important, and in my early days of DoorDash, I knew nothing about this. It really was a bunch of sabotage at that point because I could have been making a lot more money, and I was just doing a bunch of orders I didn't need to for literally no reason. So if you didn't know, as a Dasher, you are an independent contractor, which means you can accept or decline as many orders as you want. So when you go into your app under ratings, there's a bunch of different numbers you're going to see. Your acceptance rate is one of those numbers that does not matter. Unless you're trying to be a part of the Dasher tier program, which does have its benefits, but you do have to keep your acceptance rate pretty high. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out and maybe try to keep your acceptance rate at that level. But otherwise, you cannot get deactivated for having a low or high acceptance rate. And really the only numbers that do matter in your ratings is your actual customer rating, your completion rate, your on-time or early rate, and if you have any contract violations.
Let's all just let's air it out now. What is everybody's acceptance rate? Put it in the comments section right now. And also, guys, let's see if we could just get 1 like on this video. 1 like, 1 comment, and if you're new here, 1 subscriber. Thank you very much. Very grateful for all of you.
The only numbers you really need to think about or worry about. If you want the exact updated numbers, you can always go to DoorDash's website and they will tell you all the numbers to keep it above, but you're not at risk for deactivation. But acceptance rate is not one of them. And had I known this, I definitely wouldn't have taken a good amount of orders that I used to because I was trying to keep my rate above 90%. At the time, you had to be selected for Top Dasher. It wasn't just automatic, and I never got it, but I was taking a lot of orders that I really did not need to. Now, just like any other job, it is best to get the most amount of experience you can so you can do your job the best, and in this case, make the most amount of money. So in your early days of doing DoorDash, it may be better to wait at fast food restaurants because although the pay may be a little bit lower, you're going to see orders much more frequently. A lot of the time, fast food restaurants have the orders packaged in a way that does make it a little bit easier. Now, sometimes even the most experienced dashers don't do this. It can cost you a contract violation or a low rate or just a really annoying experience, but to make sure you check all of the details. So when you're picking up the order, make sure you have all the drinks, the correct bags, the right order overall. When you're delivering the order, make sure you check the number on the house or the apartment, and also leaving it where the customer asked for it to be left.
That is another thing too. Always make sure you are leaving the package or the delivery where the customer specifies in the notes, because you can receive bad reviews and 1-star ratings from that. So you definitely want to be on the lookout for those kinds of things. Also, like Kinsley is saying, with a lot of like the fast food restaurants, a lot of times people will scam. They'll say they never got the order. Boom, you get a contract violation, you can get deactivated in those situations. So let me know if that's ever happened to you guys.
And without doing all those things, it may just be a simple mistake, but unfortunately with Dasher support and just whatever, it may delay you in making more money. So it's better, especially at first, to just make sure you're checking all of the details and being a little bit more careful. And as an added tip, when you are delivering the order, be sure not to leave it right in front of the door, so that when they swing their door open, they're not just knocking over their order, or they're not even able to get it all together because the order is blocking the door. It's best to just place it on the side of the door. This way here, when the customer opens the door, they can just reach out and grab it, and then they don't knock it over and blame you for damaging their order. And lastly, with DoorDash,
that's a big one. That's one that people don't mention very often, so thank you, Kinsley. Everybody say, thank you, Kinsley.
You don't have a boss, you don't have anyone watching over you, so it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to take your time, contact support, ask questions, do whatever you need to, watch videos like these, because although it may be a simple job, it may look like a simple job, there are a lot of details to work out, also strategies to figure out so you can make the most money, and that may take some time. So I hope this helps you on your first day to have an easier day and to make more money. If you want to check out other DoorDash videos of mine, I have other tips and tricks, even some mistakes that I've made in the beginning that maybe will help you to avoid them. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video.
So please let me know what you guys think of Kinsley's tips and tricks in the comments section. Please show her some love on her channel. The link is in the top of the description. Make sure to go subscribe to her. Leave her a quick comment saying paid to drive sent me, and I'll reply to your comments on there. Let's go make her day, all right? Links in the description. And of course, let's get 1 like on this video, 1 comment. And if you're new here, thank you, 1 subscriber. That really means a lot. Turn on those notifications. It's free. So till next time, guys, get that money, get that honey. Keep hustling, keep bustling. We'll see you guys next time right here on Pay to Drive. And if nobody has told you this yet today, you are awesome and you are worth it. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves. See you on the next one. Peace.